I read 100 more pages of Lore of the Wilds, and I'm ready to talk about it. Before I start though, I realized in the last video I didn't really show the inside of the book or anything like that, or the sides. Also, you can see all the little notes I took because I have a lot to say. But I wanted to show how pretty this book is. This is the Fairy Loot edition, but I thought it was worth looking at. She is beautiful. Okay, I just wanted to show it real quick. And if you're wondering if you see this, it's because as I mentioned, I have notes. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything, and I have it behind the book. So I read 100 more pages of the book, and the update is that our girl Lore has continued to get to know this guy right here. His name is Asher, and they seem to start having feelings for one another. To be honest, I don't know why. She starts to get all fluttery, I feel like, for no reason, because I mean, he's not mean to her. I guess that's the bar. And that's enough to make her start to have feelings. I don't know. Or at least, finding him attractive or whatever. Then two important things happen. So first of all, there's this festival going on that also happens in her town, and they also celebrate it in this Fey World situation. And she has been explicitly told that she can't go. And she decides to sneak out and go for no reason. See, it's hard for me sometimes to not judge these main characters because she's 21, okay? Like, she's not 15. So I'm like, you're in a fairy world. You seem to be very scared of these fae, and apparently they're dangerous. So why are you doing this, fully knowing that this could have terrible consequences, and they could hurt you or whatever? And also she decides to sneak out just because she wants to get some cookies. Like, it's not even for like an actual good reason. And now I'm just questioning our main character. But when she goes to the festival, or she sneaks into wherever the food is and grabs her cookies, of course Asher is the one who catches her, and it turns into this like cute thing where he takes her to the secret garden, and like they have like a little bonding moment there. Then the second important thing that happens is that she finds this book that seems to be enchanted or something. And she's been trying to figure out for a little while how this book works and like what type of magic it has, because like sometimes she'll see stuff in it. She used it as a diary, and then like all the entries just blanked out. Like random stuff started to happen with this book. And then the book kind of like talks to her and says, just be ours and we'll be yours. If that isn't terrifying, I don't know what is. And apparently there's no red flags in her mind about this. And after the book says that, or a voice says that, I don't even know. The book shows her town, and apparently it's in shambles, right? But the thing is, the book obviously wants to bond with her in some way. So we don't know if it's actually showing her the truth or not. And she immediately believes the book, even though obviously it wants something from her. So I understand like questioning it, because yeah, she can't trust the Fae, but we don't know if she can trust this book either. But she decides, oh, this is exactly what's happening, and I need to run away and go back to my city and try to help my people or something. No plan on how. She just runs. She just books it. And again, here I'm questioning the main character again, because how is it helpful if she gets to her city? They obviously know she's gonna be there. There's nowhere else she would go. And like, they're gonna take her back. I think like she needs to do a little bit more research or talk to like the High Fae that like made her the bargain that they were gonna help her family or whatever, to figure out if actually things are as bad as like it was shown in the book or not, because she doesn't know. But instead, no, she doesn't do any of that. She just books it. And even though Asher had apparently left for a mission, which also, let me say, I don't trust Asher. I don't know why. Maybe I've just read too many fantasy books and I just don't have it in me. But something about Asher to me is off. Maybe I'm just bitter. You know, maybe I'm just bitter and I just don't, I can't believe in stuff like that. But I just don't trust him, because he, especially like in the beginning, apparently like he would look at her like he was like angry, and I'm like, or like he hated her, and I'm like, I don't know, something is suspicious to me. So those are my thoughts on Asher. Maybe it's nothing, maybe they'll live happily ever after. This is a romantasy after all, but I don't know. Plus, this guy over here, as far as I'm aware, has not come into the book. So I'm like, okay, if this is a love triangle, where is he? I'm guessing he'll come into this at some point. And so, like I said, she decides to run away. And even though Asher was supposed to be away, suspicious behavior, he was actually in the castle, and he's the one that intercepts her. And he does the one thing in the book right now that I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I understand why she likes him. He actually does go and like saves her and runs away with her. Cool, I guess. They basically are like running for their lives, and they go into hiding. They're right where I left off. They were in an inn. They had a like cutesy moment where they kissed. And they're apparently gonna go somewhere where he thinks they'll be safe with some of his friends. That's where I'm at. So I will update you once I've gotten a little farther into the book. But so far, I've mixed emotions, because this is kind of like the reason why I'm, at least till this point, I haven't been a huge fan of fantasy romance, because first of all, the world, super interesting. There's so many like cool things that are like thrown in there, but you don't really get to know more of that. This is apparently a duology, so maybe we'll go into it in the second book. But I feel like there's a lot that you could do with this world, but we're not doing that much with it. And then the romance part of it is like kind of insta-lovey, or I don't know. I found it lackluster. I don't particularly like Asher. Lore, I feel like she doesn't act like a 21-year-old. If she was like 16, I'd judge her less. But 21, I don't know.